Most sellers in 2026 are making one expensive mistake, and they don't even realize they're doing it. They think they're protecting their equity. They think they're holding the line. They think they're being patient. But what they're actually doing is letting emotion price their home. And this market does not reward emotional pricing. It rewards positioning. Before we go into this any further though, I want to slow this down. Because whether this is your primary residence or maybe an investment property, it is still emotional. If this is your home, you don't see drywall, square footage. You see maybe birthdays, holidays, maybe renovations you carefully chose, years of your life. And when someone suggests pricing it differently than what you hoped, it can feel like they're devaluating your whole memory, your life maybe. That's real, I get it. Now, if it's an investment property, it's still emotional because you ran the numbers when you bought it. You believed in appreciation. You believed in momentum. You believed in the cycle. And when the cycle shifts, it can feel like something was taken from you. That's human, and that's okay. But the market does not evaluate fairness. It evaluates affordability, and affordability changed. Let me speak directly to the sellers who bought in 2021 or 2022. You didn't do anything wrong. You acted inside the structure that existed at the time. Rates were low, inventory was tight, competition was aggressive, and everyone was stretching. You competed in the market, but markets move in cycles. And when the cost of capital changes, the structure changes. What feels unfair right now is not that your home is bad. It's that the conditions that justified your purchase shifted. And that's frustrating, I know. Especially if you stretched to win it. Especially if you put money into upgrades. Especially if this was your family home. But here's the pivot. The market does not reimburse effort. It just doesn't. It just doesn't reimburse stress. It does not reimburse overbidding. It prices on today's cost of money. And today's cost of money is dramatically different. Now, we look at the math. Let's take a $600,000 home at 3% principal and interest was roughly $2,530 a month. At 7%, that same house is about $3,990. That's roughly $1,400 more per month. Every single month. That's not psychological. That's structural. Now let's move up. Let's model a $1.4 million at 3% principal and interest around $5,900 per month. At 7%, you're closer to $9,300 a month. That's over $3,000 per month difference. Before property taxes, before insurance, before HOAs. And in places like South Florida, insurance alone can easily add up to $800 to $1,500 per month, if not more, depending on property type. So when your price of your home is $75,000 too high, you are not competing with 2021 buyers. You are competing with 2026 payment sensitivity. Buyers are calculating monthly cost, not emotional value. Now, here's where the expensive mistake happens. Sellers think, if I don't lower it, I don't lose it. If I just wait, the right buyer will come. If I hold firm, I will protect my equity. But while you're holding, you're paying mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOAs, utilities, maintenance. On a 1.2 million property with full carry, you can easily be burning $8,000 to $12,000 per month. 2 extra months on the market, that's $20,000 plus gone. And then most sellers reduce anyway. That is the expensive mistake. Not adjusting, delaying. And here's another hard truth. The first 14 days matter more than anything else. When your home hits the market, that's when attention is the highest. Buyers are watching. Agents are watching. If strong activity doesn't happen in the first 2 weeks, the market has spoken. It's not emotional, it's mathematical. When you adjust later, you are adjusting from weakness, not strength. And offers that come after 60 days are really the best offers. usually come with concessions, inspection demands, financing pressure. That costs you more strategic positioning when you have. Now, let me balance this. Not every seller should cut aggressively. No. If you have low carry cost, if you don't need to relocate, if your property is truly unique, if your equity position is strong, you may not need urgency. This is not panic market, but it is a separating market. Sellers who understand payment math win. Sellers who anchor to peak emotion struggle. Whether you're here locally in Florida or anywhere else in the country, the principle is the same. Buyers don't base their buying on what you paid. They base it on what they can afford today. And if you let ego protect a number, time will quietly erode net proceeds. That's the market of today. This market does not punish sellers. It punishes delayed decisions. If you're thinking about selling in 2026, price with structure, not with memory. And if you need help modeling that properly, that's where strategy matters. You're allowed to feel attached. You shouldn't be allowed to have that attachment cost you tens of thousands of dollars, though, please. That's the difference between emotion and positioning.